Friend, welcome again. We're still celebrating Women's History Month right here on thebigdm.com. It's yours truly, Shamara. Honored to be sitting right here. Diversity at its best. Representation matters. Chatting with the executive director at the Latino Communications Community Development, Tanya Rodriguez. Hodges, welcome again. Just definitely want to celebrate you again for Women's History Month, and welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your time.
Thank you so much for having me. I sincerely appreciate it.
Well, I just want to say this. First of all, you have a beautiful smile. I love your hair, and I hate the fact that this isn't mine, and I'm trying to get like yours, okay? One question for you here. First of all, I didn't even know that there was a Latino Communications Development Office here. Secondly, I think that's awesome, because I definitely think that, we need a means to an end for our Latino community to find economic empowerment and things like that. So what is your role being the executive director for, again, the Latino Communications Development?
So just to make it easier for you, because I know that this is a tongue twister. First, my name, Latino Tanya Rodriguez Hodges, so just call me Tanya. And then Latino Communications Community Development Corporation. So just call us LC. So LC is a catalyst for our thriving, diverse, and inclusive community enriched by the Latino experience. Our mission is to create equity and opportunity through dual language, sociocultural unity, economic literacy, and supportive human services. We offer a diverse project and program services throughout the community that we serve, 8 counties. And we've been here now this is going into our 11th year.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Is it easy for you guys, Tanya, to reach out to the Latino community here in South Carolina and Columbia and those 8 counties that you guys work with?
Well, it's not just the Hispanic community, Latino community. It is also the low to moderate income community, and that encompasses everyone. We're inclusive in that. We just focus on dual language, right? So yeah, it is becoming a whole lot easier. I think that the longer that you're at something, the better you become at it, because you are more apt to listen and understand the needs of the folks that you are trying to help. And if you are here for the long run, you know that you should be listening twice as much as you are speaking. So in our case, we have become a trusted entity. Our voice, when we speak and say we're going to be somewhere and we're going to provide a service, is a trusted and valued thing that the community looks forward to. And the opposite, if the community says that they are in need of something, if we can't personally provide it, then we look for our partners or outside of our scope of partners to see who can provide that service to them.
Okay, and since LC is diverse, and we are in the middle of a pandemic, Fred, again, we're still celebrating Women's History Month right here on the Big DM. If you're just joining us, Tanya Rodriguez Hodges is we're celebrating her, and LC, I will say that because her whole entity here is a tongue twister. I'm going to say that, and she acknowledges that as well. When the pandemic kicked off, since we're focusing on helping low to moderate income families, right?
Yes.
A lot of those households, they don't have access to the internet, to computers and things like that. Did it become much harder to seek out those that were in need of help?
You know what? We knew what the needs were right off, because this is in our warehouse, right? We already knew that folks were not going to be getting the information. We knew that they were going to be in need of the information. At the very beginning, when the unknown was really unknown, and PPE was a hot ticket commodity, we were one of the first nonprofits here to receive HHS supplies. So we received 10,000 masks, and then we were able, from another government entity, we received gloves, and then yet from another government agency, we received the sanitizer. So what we wound up doing is that we literally put packets together, and we started in our phase, what we call then phase 1. And to date, we have done 3 phases. I held up 4 fingers, 3 phases. And we have donated over 26,000 PPE kits that contained mask, gloves, and sanitizer or some form of hand wipes to the Latino community, migrant farm workers throughout the state since this pandemic kicked off. And we knew that that was urgent because without the information, without that contact, without the literacy being in dual language, we were going to have a huge issue, a much larger problem than what we were experiencing at the time. And then 12 months later now to see what we have accomplished as a state to keep our numbers where they actually have been. I mean, we really could have been a New York type of situation, and we were able to keep it as contained as to the best of our ability, right? And we tried to do the very best that we could with that.
Okay, it's a question, Tanya, again. How does one donate? You know, whenever there is an organization that's reaching back out to the community and is giving to help those that are low to moderate and can't help themselves. You know, I grew up in a single parent household. I was raised by my grandmother, and she was always going to food banks and things like that. But there were always folks donating, whether it was food,
right,
it was money. How do folks out here in the community that are able to donate to LC?
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you asked that because Latino Communications we're always in need of donations. You can go to our website, which is latinocdc.org to donate there. And again, we are a non-for-profit 501c3 organization. So all donations are tax exempt donations. So they're tax donations, letters of tax donations that you get at the end of the year. And then if you want to physically donate something, then you can just call the office at 803-227-8984 and let us know that you want to donate, you know, whatever it is that we might be in need of, and that you'll go make a store run. We're in the middle of a new program that's called Impacto SC or Impact SC. And we just did our first run last week with our new partner, Food Share. And we purchased 50 food boxes, and we're going to be purchasing double that in the next cycle. And we are delivering those to households that are in need. No questions asked, no IDs needed, no proof of income needed. We're just going to be delivering it because we know people are in need. And then each box will have fruits, vegetables, beans, rice, and some dairy products in it as well.
Okay, so if someone were to go to the website again, Tanya, let's say you guys need food, money, clothing, will those things that are needed, will that be there? Or is it just a general box just to, you know, click to donate?
It's click to donate monies. But if you want to donate, let's say something to go with the food donations that we're doing, then that's something that you call the office for. Or you can even contact us through the website as well, because there is a page to contact us. We're not doing clothing right now, but we can direct you to one of the organizations that we work with that can take in clothing as well. Well, if we can't do something, then we can definitely be a resource.
Thank you. So listen, speaking of resources, is there anything else that folks need to know out there about LC before we roll up out of here, Tanya? Like, gosh, social media handles. We know the website. Could you repeat that?
Yeah. Let's just look out for Latino Communications next month. Our handle is at Impacto SC. I am PACTO SC on across all social media platforms. We're going to be launching something really special next month. And I'm really excited about that. And we will let you guys know what that is. And when you see it, I promise you, you will be inspired.
Well, that's not fair. That's almost like calling one of your girlfriends, Tanya. Like, girl, I got to tell you something. Then you're going to, I'll tell you next week. Like, can you don't.
It'll be in a couple of days. I promise. When we launch it, it's going to be really special. And I think that it's going to put not only the Latino community, but it's going to put our city back on the map for kindness and love. And then it's going to hopefully trend, and then we're going to put our state back on the map for good stuff.
Well, listen, that's all good stuff to me. So if there's anything that we can do here at the Big DM, definitely reach out to your people. They'll reach out to me, and we can connect like that. Okay.
Absolutely.
Get the word out.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this has been an honor. Thank you so much.
No, it's been an honor for me. Thank you. And God bless. Thank you.
God bless you.
Yes. Friend, again, we're still celebrating Women's History Month. It's Shamara. Thank you again to our guest, Tanya Rodriguez Hodges. She's the executive director at the Latino Communications Community Development Corporation. It's definitely a tongue tire, okay? LC is what it is. We'll see you online at thebigtm.com.